How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Chuusotsu. And welcome back to probably one of the most interesting games I've played so far. Definitely it's given me that questions a lot. Like, I guess Seabed was a bit more of a mind twister, but I didn't really know what we were getting into when I started that one. This one's a bit more on the nose, but it's also so open-ended I have no idea what to expect. All we know is that we were in the group with Crazy Psycho Girl and Awesome White Bunny Girl, and we're going to apparently try and solve like the ultimate philosophical life questions. I guess we get paid to talk about them and to like reason things out. We're not really sure exactly what that means, but yeah, we'll work on it, and that's what we're gonna probably start working on today. Because I think the first question, if I remember correctly, was like what is the meaning of like what is the source of happiness? I guess like where does happiness come from? I think, or something along those lines. I rambled a lot last time. Hopefully, we won't ramble as much this time because we want to get to the meat of the story. And someone actually pointed out, I am sorry, I apologize, you're right. Someone mentioned that if I went on so long rambles that I probably should do a bit longer of the meat of the episode, because we literally didn't do much of the game because of it. It's true, however, the rambles are kind of my thing. You know, I get to these moments where I put a lot of myself out there, and that's kind of, you know, it's my stamp, my form. That's really what I kind of bring to the table. If it were just playing the game, I would encourage you just to buy it yourself and play it. This is more about sharing an experience, and so I do apologize, I do get talky. It doesn't happen a ton, or at least not in that amount, but it hit the right bells last time, not a lot on my mind. But I agree that in the future I have in the past, and I should continue to strive to provide more content if I get too rambly. But in this situation in particular, it was just such a good stopping point, and I'd already been recording for like the shortest amount of time I usually deem is like a good time to start like trying to find a good wrapping point. And so it just kind of was like all the cards stacked in the right way to make it a short episode that didn't really go anywhere. But hey, whatever, it's how it goes. Sometimes it's you never really expect what's going to happen. But one last thing, this is going to be the last time I'm going to start like looking at responses. So if you haven't had a chance to take the survey, it's in the description. Please take it real quick. This weekend I'm going to go over the results probably during a quick live stream. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a full live stream this Saturday. It just depends on some scheduling stuff. But at the very least, I want to do a little bit where I kind of discuss the results and kind of the direction I'm deciding to take the art for the channel for the next upcoming project. And then specifically to start reaching out, once I make a packet of information, I'm going to start reaching out to start handing out this this proposal to the contacts who contacted me, and hopefully any contacts I can reach out to, and we'll have to find out what kind of happens. But I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be a fun experience for me. I think it'll be the first time I've really been able to set aside enough money to like get a decent project in. It's not going to be like I have tons of money. Oh my gosh, I got tons. It's all spending money. This is like my personal money. Like instead of going to movies and instead of buying like new equipment or whatever, I'm choosing to spend it on art for the channel, because I feel like it's about time I get some genuine custom art that's not just my caricature, my avatar. I want to have some meaning art, some meaningful depth art to it, and have references regarding some of the stuff we talk about on the channel, or things that are important to my life, you know, that kind of stuff. So when this stuff come out, who knows? It just depends on the timetable of the artist that they end up hiring, but I'm real excited to see what happens. So like, thank you so much for your support in that. Anyway, so we're starting part 2. We're starting in the morning. Let's just jump right in. Morning in the living room with the spoon. That's where the murder occurred. And the sound of the news anchor reading the script was flowing out from the TV. That concludes this year's Gosh, I ruined it already. That concludes this year's Japan Region Demilitarization Conference. Dang, they're still demilitarizing? It was a government-sponsored broadcast. The anchor was using unusually strong wording. He delivered his report in a serious manner for the entire 30-minute broadcast.
Ohayo, Arue.
Arue and Koiro.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Oh, they're both very cute, aren't they? There's like adorable, like their little sisters. It's like, oh, I want to give you a hug. Especially Arue. She needs more hugs in her life. An awkward greeting.
起きてから見かけませんでしたけど、お出かけしてたんですか？うん。 ちょっとね。
Aw. I mean, standard for first time roommating.
そうですか。朝ごはんは先にいただいちゃいました。すみません。
Oh, it's fine, I'm sure.
私も出かける前に食べたから大丈夫だよ。
But kind of, like, it's interesting how he says that because Arara seems, remember she comes from a very close family, and so I imagine it's almost odd for her to eat by herself. Yesterday, following the three girls' slapstick introduction, they all went out to get groceries. None of them had support from their authorization seal, so all the food was pre-made. Naturally, they paid using that card. So wait, so they've never learned how to cook because they don't have authorization seals. I really feel like these authorization shields are kind of crippling people. You could argue it's very similar to cell phones, actually. Like, take people's cell phones away, and half the time we don't know what to do with ourselves. You know, so maybe we're already on the path to this.
ところで、アルエは
Ah,
ニ
were
ュー
you
ス見て
too?
たの？
はい、片腕ジョブを志す者としては社会情勢に精通していないといけませんからね。
Makes sense.
そっか。アルエは偉いんだね。
She really is.
それで、どんなニュースがやってたの？今日の社会はどんな情勢だったのかな？
Yeah. I mean, you were watching it, right? Can't you summarize?
ニュースの内容ですか？ニュースのそれは、
Oh, man.
そのあれですよ。ねえ、ほら、なんていうか、ねえ。
It's funny because like I don't understand, like, not even just reading the text, just listening to the Japanese. I don't even know much Japanese, but I could kind of tell that was a bunch of just nothing. Or I started spinning around marvelously. Oh my goodness.
アルエ、無理しなくていいんだよ。
Yeah, but you got a lot of ways to go to get that job you're talking about.
わお、今日も立派な人が立派な話をしてるなくらいしか感想がありませんでした。
ごめんね。もしかしたらアルエにはニュースの内容が理解できるのかなと思ったんだけど、
She's determined.
私の聞き方、ちょっと意地悪になっちゃったね。
Arara is the type of person who, like, even if she has no idea what she's getting herself into, she'll just hit the wall that's in her way until it crumbles before her. Bow. Aw.
そんな謝らないでください。悪いのは下かぶりっこしちゃった私の方なんですから。いきなり頭下げられてテンパりかけちゃったよ。
Everything makes you flustered.
初対面の時は進撃のミヤサみたいって思ったけど、話してみると物腰が柔らかい感じだし。
Miyasa. Okay. So Miyasa from Attack must be referenced to Mikasa from Attack on Titan. Like, that's the only guess I'm gonna make here. I guess I could kind of see the resemblance, but at the same time. Oh yeah, because she was also like big and tough too. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
あれ？初対面で思い出したけど、中卒のハチスカさんがどうしてスカウトマンの人を投げ飛ばせたんだろう。
Because she's not limiting herself, maybe? I don't know. Oh, there she is. You know what? She looks a little like, I don't know. Like, I feel like when we first got introduced to her, she was kind of rough around the edges. Like, did anyone get that impression that like her clothes didn't like almost like they like at least didn't match or even fit very well? She looks a lot like more together right now. Aure entered the room with a smooth grin on her face.
おはよう、アララ。
Arara.
どうも、おはようございます。
同胞はなぜプップクプ
Comrade. Arara, the wannabe Russian.
胸に手を当てて聞いてみてください。
Tratsky. What?
きっと
Oh. Arara placed her palm on Arue's. Man, their names are very similar. Flat chest.
って私の胸じゃなくて自分の胸に聞いてください。
同胞、ちょっぴりドキドキしていた。
そりゃ朝一番で胸触られればそうもなりますよ。気持ち悪い。
また釣れないことを。
See, that's the thing though. Like, I don't think Arara's got like actual. Like, I get the impression that she doesn't have any like romantic affection towards her.
せっかく初めて迎えた朝だというのに、二人っきりで同じ部屋で同じベッドで。
But then she says something like that. I have no idea.
あなたが勝手にベッドの下に住み着いたんでしょ。 なんだかゴソゴソ音がすると思って覗いてみたら、妖怪ピンク人間がアンダーザベッドしていたんですよ。ちょっと私の気持ちにもなってみてください。
Yep, traumatizing.
アルエはアララにすごく気に入られてるんだね。
Yes, she has.
世の中にはありがた迷惑って言葉も存在するんですけどね。
Oh, that's harsh.
で、どうほ鳥も世界統括者探し行っちゃう
Well, can we start by trying to address the philosophical question we're supposed to be asking, or else we'll get kicked out?
ソロで旅立って迷子にでもなっちゃってくださいな。
Arara, ooh, she's snappy.
いいですか？私たちはホルさんが言ってた課題について対策を講じるべきです。どんな試験でも傾向と対策を講じることはマストなんですから。
それ、今やんなきゃダメ。
Sooner the better.
何ふぬけたこと抜かしてんですか？忘れたんですか？昨日のことを。
Yesterday, in front of the soul dispenser.
素晴らしい人生と。
Alright, what constitutes a wonderful life? That's the question.
漠然としてて難しそうだなって思ったけど、これってよく考えたらものすごく簡単ですよね。
Authorization seal, I'm guessing?
そうかな。私はこれといって何も思いつかないけど。
What constitutes a wonderful life?
だって素晴らしきライフを送る条件なんて一つしかないじゃないですか。この世界でより充実した人生を手に入れる条件、それは超人シールですよ。めちゃ強なシールがあれば不自由もないですし、逆に今の私たちみたいにシールがなければ小銭の計算すらままならない。
So, can...
まあ確かにそれはそうかな。
だからこれが答えなんですよ。
Key to a wonderful life.
素晴らしい人生とはめちゃ強シールそのものである。
Alright, I don't think that's the answer they're looking for. I think they're having a wonderful life is having an authorization seal and fulfilling it. Because they need people at all levels. Like, you can't just be constantly... Like, if your population is going to be miserable unless they're at the top, that defeats the point of having a wonderful life. And, of course, we could get into debates about wonderful life, but my experience has been a wonderful life comes from a life of pursuit. Like, where you don't stagnate, but you continue to try to progress and improve yourself. Whether you just have some hobbies, whether it's in your career, whether it's with your family, or pretty much all at the same time. Like, you don't want to neglect, like, anything in your life per se. But you focus and you build and you grow, and that's what brings, ultimately, I think, happiness and fulfillment. I, for instance, draw a lot of happiness from this YouTube channel. Is it making me money? No. Is it going to make me famous? No. Is it ever going to be super massive? I really, really, really don't think so. But it brings me a lot of joy. And I'm glad I tried it. But I also draw joy from my family, I draw joy from my education, and I do want to get back into work eventually. Like these are things that bring happiness, and I feel like I can be very happy with these things. You know, even if it's never going to buy me a mansion or provide me with like my world version of authorization shield, which is just influence. Arara.
では、それで言ってみますか。
心をシンクロさせるって3人とも同じことを考えればいいってことだよね。
I'm guessing they want something a bit more like meaningful, but
そのはずです。いきますよ。
As Aure pushed the proposition button, a verbal input cue appeared on the screen.
素晴らしい人生とは
Voice recognition. Input complete. Insufficient synchronization rate. Ooh, I like all the staticky stuff too.
あれ
Just the way
こ
it
と
is.
があったじゃないですか。だからまずはなぜ失敗したのかを検証していくべきで。
Guess because you all don't really actually think that. Aww. Camera shaking.
ハチスカさん、今この人だるって言いましたよ。
言ったね。
いや、それだけですか？藤崎さん、課題に対して全力投球の投げやり姿勢じゃないですか。
It's not nice to talk about people like they're not there. After a second of lag, well, I guess in real life I'm guessing. I don't know about this, but...
そうなの？
ダメだ。この人、クールなのは見た目だけで中身はボケボケ。
You're all airheads. What are you talking about?
皆さん、 真面目にやりましょうよ。
同胞って意識高い系？
She tries to be.
何言ってるんですか。今意識高く持たないでいつ持つって言うんです。皆さんちゃんと危機意識持ってますか？
もち、週末の危機はすぐそこまで来てるのだから。
Yes, the end of the world.
そういうのじゃなくて。
It feels like it's so freaking cold.
このままじゃ絶対ダメです。あっという間に期日の日を迎えてマンションからポイ捨てされちゃいますよ。もっと真面目にやりましょうよ。ここ追い出されたら私たちただの15歳無職に戻っちゃうんですよ。
Yeah. Not like you aren't already. I was just about to say that.
しかし、素晴らしい人生とは。
Now I'm guessing it's actually a philosophical question because every time I see that, what constitutes a wonderful life, I keep thinking of the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. I don't think that answer would be something it would like.
なんか考えるのがかったるいです。アララにはそれ以上にやるべき使命があるし。
I'm guessing it's finding that domination matrix thingy.
それじゃあ何のためにルームシェアに応募したんですか？世界なんとかだったら別に実家暮らしでもできるでしょうに。何か理由があって家を出たんじゃないんですか？
Maybe to make friends. Maybe her family doesn't want to deal with her. Maybe her escapism is like to kind of deal with like a lot of stuff that's going on in her life. Yeah, I'm thinking that's a bit.
理由なら
Her face was unusually serious.
親に泣かれた。
Oh no.
まあ、そうですか。それはあれですね。
Sounds... God, like, I don't know. If she's willing to open up, maybe try and ask her about that? Well, I don't know. Things sure got depressing whenever her parents came into the picture.
なんか親の顔を直視できなくなって家を出たのは認めましょう。
Dang.
しかし、アララはあくまで自分を貫き通す所存。これは紛れもなく。
It's very
アララ
commendable.
の意志。
I have a feeling you need to figure out what's going on with that part of your life. I mean, your parents are kind of your parents throughout your whole life, and you're not going to want to miss them. I
まっ
hope
す
not.
ぐだね。アララは迷いが感じられない。
Okay, you know how I've been saying Arara's been kind of rubbing me wrong this whole time? She's really kind of growing on me now. I said, like, it's so interesting because it's such a quick turn for me just to contemplate the idea of, like, well, maybe this is all part of an escapism thing. It might not even be that. It might just be that she just has a super rampant imagination. And that's not nearly a bad thing. She seemed to be taking it a little too far first, but now I feel like she's definitely got, like, reasons for it. Like, for instance, it could just be her way of just trying to make friends with somebody. Sure, it can be abrasive, crazy sometimes, but, like, it just might be how she is.
親がいたたまれなくなって家を出てる時点で罪の意識に振り回されてますけどね。
Aure, I'm disappointed in you. You're so untactful. Like, normally you're so cautious about how she says things, but, like, when it comes to Arara, she's so just blatantly blunt with her.
まあ、実際のところ人のこと言えないんだけど。とにかく、今は哲学を直視する時です。世界系主人公を気取るのはそれからにしてください。
あるね。アララも嫌がってることだし。
Good eye.
ハチスカさん、藤崎さんの味方するんですか？
She just probably wants harmony.
いや、
Koiro just...
それは...
I don't know, she's in a tough spot. Like, what's she supposed to do here? Shuffle.
うん。アルエの言うことは正論だもんね。あらら、やっぱり真面目にやろう。
中卒が難しいこと考えてもね
え。Yes.
それでもやるんです。やるしかないです。
でもあららそういう熱血ノリ苦手だし、あららは低体温系キャラだし。
I think what we're seeing here is they're going to have to learn, probably the first lesson they're going to have to learn is how to compromise. It's the first thing any roommates need to deal with. Or significant others. Aura's glare was practically spitting sparks. Ooh, that's cool. She whistles about as good as I can. Arare responded by whistling. Koiro, come on, Koiro. Koiro put herself between the two and shifted from left to right like some newbie basketball defender. Even though she was merely their second day together, being this incompatible with each other painted a bleak picture of the three girls' future. The looming, uncertain future seemed to be taking form, laughing right in their faces.
まずい。こんなんじゃ絶対うまくいきっこないよ。絶対シンクロなんてできないし、そもそも1週間同じ部屋で生活できる気もしない。
You guys need to go on bond.
あの頃、自分に失望して何をすればいいかもわからなかったあの頃、私はどうしたっけ?
Arara looked back at her past.
そうだ。とにかく行き詰まった時は外に出ることだと思います。それなら2人ともいいでしょ?
Finally, thank you. I think this is the right thing to do.
私はもちろん構わないよ。
まあ、少なくともこの部屋に世界統括者はいないし。
World Dominator.
いいでしょう。
それじゃあ本屋にでも出かけましょう。とりあえずの目的地としてですけど。
No, that is completely unbiased, obviously.
私、
お願いします。迷子になったら大変ですから。
Alright, well hey! We went from like literally not knowing what to do to actually doing something. Yes. The light of the condo came into the nearby residential streets. 10 a.m. There were no signs of any students around. There were no little girls or young boys either. Only some older working men. Streets construction workers, trash collectors, some people posting flyers. There were so many workers around you could easily hit one by just randomly throwing a rock.
意識して見てみると、みんな働いてるんですね。
社会の歯車は凡人が回すものだから。
I know she's saying it in her like ominous, like Chunobyo way, but she's not wrong.
また微妙に上から目線ですね、藤崎さんは。自分が恥ずかしくなったりしないんですか?
恥を感じる? あららが? なぜ?
You gotta admire her tenacity.
だって朝の10時ですよ。働いたり学校行ったり子供の面倒を見たり、みんな責任や義務のもとに活動している時間じゃないですか。
Arara, relax. That's what you're doing too.
でも今の私たちは
何の義務もないし束縛もないよね。
それを意識しただけで私はお天道様の下を歩いていいのかなって気分になりますよ。私みたいなダスティンがのうのうと行動を歩いて地域社会の皆様にご迷惑じゃないかなとか。
It's really sad how little she sees herself.
それは考えすぎじゃないかな。
病的なまでの卑屈メンタルです。
It's true.
では同胞、こう考えてみてはいかが?
Arara stepped in front of Arue. Arara stepped in front of Arue. Arue. Gosh darn it, their names are so similar. Like, I think it's my stupid, dumb American dumb tongue can't wrap myself around these stupid Japanese names that are actually kind of cool, but I can't say them. I'm so sorry. Let's spin around quickly to face her.
我々は自由を手にした。人生というハイウェイを行く冒険者になったのだと。
Again, she's really pulling out some good points today.
ヒッピー思想は却下です。
It's not. You guys literally have been told to do something really adventurous and weird.
そして自由の翼を手にした我々に、課題などというものはただ無意味な足かせに過ぎないのであった。
Except it's not meaningless because it does determine whether or not you get money. Uttering the words in an almost sing-song voice, Arara pointed at a certain location on the map.
電気屋さん?
ここに行って電波系のウェポンをゲットしに行きましょうさ。
Like, what a switch.
行きませんよ。何次の町の武器屋くらいの感覚で言ってるんですか。私たちはこれから本屋さんに行くんです。
おお、さすが同胞。ポイズンパルス研究のためにオカルティズムな本を買いに行くつもりとは。
Just, sure.
そんなものは買いません。哲学関係の本を買うんです。
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
ポイズンパルス研究について すでに書籍類など必要のない領域にまで達しているということか。
See, I almost wonder, like, would it be better just to play along with her or not? I don't know. Like, because I think about Okabe. He's the best example of a character who was really in this, like, chuuni zone. And for him, it was like, playing along was alright, but it was almost better to kind of be a force of ground for him, because it kind of needed that.
今の開始でよくそんな独自の解釈ができるな。
If I ever went down this route, though, I could absolutely be like Arara. Like, I could totally come up with the fly, just various, like, random stuff. I do that kind of stuff all the time, but I channel it towards writing, not towards my own twisted view of the world.
でも同胞には悪いけど、ハララは課題関係はパスで。
That's not good.
まだそんなこと言ってるんですか？どうしてそうも固くのに。
だってめっちゃつまんなそうだし。
Arue stopped in her tracks, letting out a big sigh.
絶対本屋さんに行きますからね。
そんなのより電気屋のが楽しいのは星の位置を読めば明らか。
Can't you do both? Why can't you do both?
絶対哲学の勉強ですからね。
電気屋といえばこんなのがポストに入ってたよ。
Okay, what? It was a flyer from Yamata Electronics. Apparently, they released a new game console. Ooh.
この漫画またゲーム化されたんだ。
どんな漫画？
アンピースですよ。山賊もので主人公の体がガムなんです。
One Piece. I never got into One Piece, like you know, the R version of it. I don't know. Maybe it's the art style. Maybe it's just the fact it's so freaking long.
それなら知ってる。有名だよね。
はい、超有名作品で漫画界を代表するほどの人気なんですよ。
Dang.
そっか、このゲームちょっとやってみたいかも。
Well, maybe you guys should go to the electronics store.
じゃあ行きますか。
はい、行きま。
Come on.
せんよ。何言ってるんですか。
同胞は今途中まで肯定しかけた。
Yeah, come on, just go visit at least.
してませんから、してませんから。私は今哲学一筋ですから、古代ローマの今朝掛けファッションに夢中ですから。
They weren't the great philosophizers. I'm sure they had a few, but the great philosophizers were the Greeks. You should be thinking about the togas or wrappings of the Greeks, because that's the Romans all just like they learned about the Greeks. So you need to go back into your Homer, your Homer, he's a writer, Socrates and Aristotle.
ケーキ屋さんのチラシもあるよ。3つ注文で新作のガレットを1つもらえるみたい。
Wow, you guys have.
電気屋さんのすぐそばだね。
If you have enough money, I'm saying I'm getting on board the electronics store idea for sure. Like an electronics store, cake store, then bookstore. You know, all you can get what you want.
本当ですか？私焼き菓子に目がないんですよね。
I'm sure you
で
do.
も困ったな。3つも食べたらウェイトが。で、ちょうど3人なんだからそんな心配いりませんよね。とか言ってる場合じゃなくて、ハチスカさん。
No, you're fine. Plus, talk about your weight. You need weight. Good freaking grief, girl. You're like, if a breeze comes through, she's gone.
何？
何じゃなくて、誘惑しないでください。私の心、今マグニチュード8オーバーの揺れを観測しましたよ。ただで最大申請に問題ありなんですから、観念してください。
Oh, that's cute. Chuusotsu were fraught with weaknesses, having a hard time resisting the temptation of fun and games was one of the biggest shortcomings. Ooh, interesting. Because that's like normal. So, does this authorization still actually like affect that, or is it just the fact that you tend to have stuff to do? When you're Chuusotsu, you don't have stuff to do, so it's really easy to get sucked into like doing fun stuff.
同胞アンピースで対戦しない？
いいですね。私腕に覚えありますよ。
Uh-huh.
あるね。私はピスタチオのムース食べるけど何にする？
Alright, so we have the manga lover. So she loves art and manga, all things manga. We have Arara, who's like the Chunabio, but she likes electronics and video games probably. And then Koiro, she loves food.
迷いますね。 爽やかにベリータルトにしようかなとか思うけど、シンプルにモンブランも捨てがたかったり。でも結局タルトに落ち着くのが乙女心ってやつですかね。
What does a tart have to do with being young? I don't know. I think she just lost. And just like that, Arue's determination shattered to a myriad of pieces.
かわいい。
It is cute.
絶対本屋。愛ラブ哲学。てーい、ガムガムのリトルボーイ。
What is she saying? What?
私の勝ち。藤崎さん、口ほどにもないですね。
Oh, you actually made them to the bookstore.
やっぱりイチゴのタルトにして正解。15の味覚にはベリー系がジャストにフィットしちゃうよね。
No, then I guess not.
あ、すいません。桃のムース追加願います。最高の映画でしたね。普段恋愛ものってあんまり見ないけど、なんだか恋がしたくなっちゃいました。
What is happening right now?
いっぱい泣いた後は一発スカッとしたいですね。
Oh, I'm a basket case too.
はあ、ガムガムのダムダムだ。I'm a winner このゲームすごい気に入っちゃったかも。あ、すいません。このゲーム本体と一緒にください。
Really? Really? She's gonna spend all her money. After several hours, oh, fetch. Marisugawa Arue finally fell apart down the ground, moaning miserably. Please, someone help! She's having a seizure.
ソウルが大気中に抜き出ていきそうなボイスです。
I think she has been thoroughly defeated.
私、この体勢どこかで見たことある。あ、わかった。組体操。ピラミッドの一番下だ。
Yes, the hands and knees, head down, trying not to be crushed. She couldn't move.
魂が肉体という重力から解き放たれて、両方が一個の器に。もしかしたら合図を出したら反応するやも。
Oh, she blew a whistle. She suddenly lifted her head.
やっちゃった。やっちゃいましたよ、おっかさん。
Oh no, there she goes.
手前、中卒につき、弱い15にして、職なし、学なし、未来もなければ銭もねえ。あるのは両手の荷物、ゲーム機、ケーキに大量の嗜好品ときたもんだ。
Yeah, you guys burned through your cash fast. She suddenly switched to a narrative tone.
遊んだし、あららもう帰る。
このまま帰れるわけないじゃないですか。
She shot up and pushed towards Arara.
だってもう夕方だし、ここまでエンジョイしまくったのは同胞の過失なのでは？
Oh, that's cold.
けど、まだ何もしてないじゃないですか。ただだべって遊んでグダグダしてただけで。
人生って
わあ、哲学っぽい。
It is a form of philosophy. Ooh, gosh darn it. It's been too long. I took some philosophy classes, but it's been too long. There is a philosophy that's the foundational basis is the fact that life is about seeking pleasure. That ultimately all actions that humans undertake is to accomplish whatever it takes to shirk off duties in order to fulfill their lives with enjoyment. So the idea being like, you work hard to earn money so that you can have fun with stuff. Like you go spend your money and go do fun things. We work hard to earn enough money to retire so that when we get old and we can't work anymore, we can still go off and have fun and do fun things. The whole purpose of life, effectively, is about the pursuit of worldly comforts and pleasures. It's hard to argue that. I think it's too simplistic, personally, because I think that there are people who find enjoyment and fulfillment regardless of their level of what do you call it, enrichment, I guess you could say. I think that's kind of the idea here. Maybe that's part of why we're talking about it now. Maybe they're gonna figure that out. How dreadful.
とにかく今からでもブックストアを目指しますからね。
She flipped through the maps. Her hand stopped. She turned back a page. She went forward a page. She went forward. Turned back. Back. And forward. She turned the map upside down. She's in the same 3 pages. She flipped to the back. She looked at the cover. It was certainly the city map. She inhaled a breath. Yes. What's this? Oh, there she is. It's that dog girl again. Weird. Koiro was looking at someone. There was a small girl standing up at the vending machine. Maybe she wanted to buy the topmost product. She stretched, but couldn't reach it. She then attempted to jump. Her fingers didn't reach the button, and instead merely hit the acrylic window. In the end, she returned to staring upward. Between her back and Koiro, there was 10 meters between the two. Men passed by. Women passed by. Various seals flashed as they crossed. She looked over at Arara and Arara. Arue and Arara. The two of them were busy interrogating the interrogating the spread out map. Or investigating. She decided to leave them alone. She called out to the girl from behind. With the kindest voice she could muster. This was something she had always struggled with. She had a tendency to scare people, even when she didn't mean to. Okay. She stretched up and pointed. She waved to the canned coffee at the very top. She said that in a quiet voice, then inhaled a deep breath. What? For a brief moment, Koiro's body gave off a dull light. What? Wait, does she have nano? But maybe she has an authorization seal after all. She grabbed the girl by her armpit and lifted her up. Push. The canned coffee came tumbling down. The girl made an embarrassed giggle as Koiro patted her on the head. Seemingly having remembered Aure after looking at her face, Koiro suddenly started flailing her cute sleeves around. She explained their first meeting. The part where they searched for the marble bead at the shopping mall, as well as the part where Koiro helped lead Arara to the condominium as thanks. The fact that they were actually neighbors. I hate doing that. Ugh, it's the worst. Bow. She bowed her head down. Second grader. Dang. She called out to her in a rude manner. You'll allow her. She showed Koiro the map. She clapped her hands together. Oh, that came out of nowhere. I'm not too surprised though, because from what I remember / understand, it's always easier to learn swear words of another culture because it really doesn't mean much of anything in your culture. So that's one of the things I fully anticipate if I ever go to Japan, that there's just be swear words all over the place. It was all pretty useless though.
出発ですよ。
昨日と同じ展開になっちゃいましたね。
She made a faint wry smile.
お姉さんたちは運命の匂いがする。
You smell of destiny. The smell of destiny. Arare remembered her saying something similar when they parted ways the previous day.
どんな匂いですかそれ。
She made a wry smile.
到着ですよ。
Ah, nice.
大義であった。褒美を授けよう。
She handed her a single sheet of paper.
何ですかそれ。
有益な情報が記されし、工事の書。
A flyer.
電気屋さんとケーキ屋さんのチラシじゃないですか。邪魔になったからって押し付けただけでしょ。
Oh my goodness.
いただいておくですよ。
じゃあまあ、ゲームとか安くなってましたし、お母さんにでも見せてください。
No, she's staying in the apartment complex. She's obviously like kind of like you guys.
案内が終わったので、心はバイバイですよ。
Aww.
もう少しだけ付き合えないかな。暗くなってきたし、一緒に帰らないと。
でも、バイバイの時間。
Her facial expression remained the same, but her tone had a slight hint of impatience to it.
ハチスカさん、門限に間に合わなくなったらかわいそうですよ。
ああ、そっか。ごめんね。気づかなくて。
ありがとうございました、心ちゃん。
バイバイ。
Bye bye. She left. Perhaps due to her curfew time approaching, her steps were quick and she didn't look back. The three girls stood in place, waving her goodbye.
帰りってどうするん？
No idea. They entered the bookstore.
それじゃあ二人とも哲学の本を探そっか。
She suddenly found herself alone.
アルエ、あんなに熱望してたのに。
Being left with no other choice, Koiro had to look around by herself. She headed over to the educational section. On the way there,
これはもう前回読んじゃったし。
she spotted Arara, who was looking for something in the comics section.
あったあった、これだ。
アルエ、
Her hair stood on end. She turned around and faced Kokoro after quickly hiding the book behind her back.
今度は
何も見つけてなんかないですよ。
でも何か持ってるよね。
She tried to peek behind Arara's back. Oh, that was cute. Arara backed up. Thump. Oops. Oops, sorry about that, young miss. She bumped into a man with a samurai hairdo. Whoa. The book she was hiding behind her back fell to the ground. The cover was facing up. Why? A half-naked moe girl was making a heart shape with her hands. Oh! She was sweating quite heavily for some reason and was even drooling a bit. Uh-huh. So you like the off-brand stuff.
エッチな漫画？
違います。それは大きな誤解です。
Just embrace who you are.
これ、一般向けですから。ほら、あの黄色い青年向けマークがないでしょ？
大人向けは黄色いマークがあるの？
ポケツとにかくこれはちょっとだけエッチだけどガチでエッチなやつじゃなくって。
Koiro picked up the magazine from the manga from the ground. It wasn't adult oriented, but just about as close as you could be. She flipped through its pages.
なんていうか。
はい。
Arara felt like she was waiting for her death sentence.
かわいい絵だね。
Koiro's response was entirely different from what Arara was expecting.
思ったほどエッチでもないし。これってどんな漫画なの？
Arara tilted her head. She couldn't sense any teasing going on. Koiro seemed genuinely interested.
これから買 わせるたびに性欲女とか差別されるんじゃないかって思ったけど、これまた神だよ。
To be fair, we're all sex-hungry deviants, aren't we? Well, not all of us actually, but most of us.
もしかしてジェスカさんだったら。
Arara probably thought that even in spite of her colossal lack of experience points in communication, she might just tolerate her.
ジェスカさんなら布教可能。
Oh no. Or that.
この漫画はウェブ漫画から商業デビューした北綾瀬先生の処女作なんです。今作の発売にあたってネットでは軽い祭りまで起きたくらいの話題性があって。
Interesting. Arara's heated explanation had begun about the storyline, the characters, the setting, the brilliant use of various manga techniques to portray the characters' emotions, the writer's breadth of knowledge displayed in every line of text, the creative depth of which the various themes have been constructed. Aure turned these words into a curtain of bullets and shot them all at Koiro. You know, it's funny, if you get me talking about Brand Sanderson, same thing. Like, it's, I go overboard.
そんなことがあって、この作者さんはウェブ時代にとっても苦労して、ようやく漫画家シールを手に入れたんです。どうです？すごいと思いません？
Ooh, interesting. So in a world where people are normally just, you take a test and you're determined what you should do, this writer stuck against, kind of probably going against what she was being told what to do, and eventually was able to gain the seal that she required to do her job. But she had to work at it really hard and kind of prove that she knew better than probably what her test results told her. Which is, I'd like to know more about that story, but that's really interesting.
すごいと思う。頑張ったんだね。
ですよね。
Oh, she's so excited. She's positively radiant. Aura's expression was on par with that of a manga character, but Aure had a reason to get so worked up over the writer. The French philosopher Roland Barthes conceived the following idea. The death of the author. The idea that when you come in contact with a work of art, you shouldn't search for traces of the author in it. The great writer Dazania Osamu penned many a famous novel while holding a lopsided view of the world as a result of a hierarchical society, as well as his own self-loathing. The great composer Beethoven created a swath of masterpieces despite struggling with his strict father and impaired hearing. Both of them have their own traumatic life stories, yet if too much importance were to be placed on their stories, they would be all anyone would ever pay attention to. Ooh, interesting. Like, a lot of artists have a struggle that gets them to where they are, but you shouldn't focus on that struggle so much because that doesn't really have any place with what their art's supposed to be. It's fascinating. Therefore, it was imperative to read a novel without concerning oneself with the author, however.
いやー、いろんな苦労があったからこそ、新人とは思えない作画力や構成力を手にしたんでしょうね。だからこの作品はただのエッチ系漫画じゃなくて。
Interesting. Her otaku passion burned with the power of a steam generator. Roland Barthes' philosophy seemed ineffective here.
アルエは本当に漫画が大好きなんだね。はい、
3度のご飯より。
Her face bloomed into a beautiful smile.
私も何か読もうかな。何かおすすめってある？
Favorite words of somebody who loves something passionately to hear from someone else. Is there anything you'd recommend? I think I should try it.
おすすめですか？何かって言われるのが一番困っちゃうんですよね。せめてジャンルを絞ってもらえればな。
Koiro was troubled by Aura's irritating response.
私としては進撃の巨神を推したいところですね。熱い作品ですし、初心者にも分かりやすいし、いいんじゃないでしょうか。
Attack on Tyranny.
じゃあ、それ読んでみるね。どこにあるのかな？
わざわざ買うことありませんよ。実家から全巻持ってきてますから。貸します。
Aw.
そっか。ありがとう、アルエ。
She was thanked.
アルエ？ぼーっとしてどうしたの？
いえ、なんでも。
This might have been the first time anyone would have thanked her.
ありがとう。なんて言われたの初めてかも。
Oh, that's sad.
いた。アララ？
She was pursuing an ancient-looking Japanese tome.
こちらアララ。書店 古書の棚にてガイストを乖離させる手法に迫る文献を発見。
Sure.
ぬいぐるみに向けて何か意味不なこと喋ってるし。
Oh, she talks to her stuffed animal like Alphabet talks to his phone.
難しい漢字が達筆で書いてあるけど、読めるの？
Wait. Kanji has cursive? Or is that just a translation for like a fancy artisan script? I'm guessing that's what it probably is, because that wouldn't make much sense. Because cursive is the joining up of the letters, and if you joined up kanji, I think that would just make it impossible to read.
言葉は皮膚であるので、言語による理解は不要。フィーリングでそれっぽい感触を受けることが何より大切であって。
Okay.
今日は電波受信してるだけじゃないですか。それより、そろそろ買う本選びませんか？
She was carrying 2 thick books.
難しい用語満載で書いてあるけど、読めるの？
それはそのフィーリングで。
Maybe you should each start with 1 book.
やはり同胞はアララの同。
Yeah. Excuse me. Will you be purchasing all of these books? A bald guy in glasses and a school uniform suddenly called out to them. Generally speaking, Aure had a difficult time talking to people of the opposite gender.
どうせ読んでもわけわかだし、買うわけがないのだった。
I need some sources from my report. Do you mind if I buy that then? He showed them the university seal.
でも、私たちも哲学を勉強し
Well,
たい
maybe he
し。
can point you in the direction of a better place to start. You do? Oh, he has swirly glasses? Oh no. He glanced at the girl's sealless hands.
まず定義のところから知っていかなきゃいけないんだ。
Oh, is that what you want to philosophize about? A wonderful life is obviously referring to having a seal. I mean, that's what determines what your life is worth.
明快な回答、大義である。褒美にこの分厚い本をくれてやる。
Alright, thanks a bunch. He grabbed the philosophy book and left.
どうです？聞きましたか？
連蔵さんが去ると同時にドヤ顔になったです。今まで小色さんの影に隠れていたのに。
そんなことはどうでもいいんです。とにかく私の哲学は正しかったんですよ。
大学生が言うんだから、そうなのかもね。
Hmm.
はい。それじゃあ忘れないうちに帰りましょう。
They left the bookstore with Arara taking the lead.
哲学に成否を求める。公式なき仮説の世界に。さて、果たして。
Interesting. Like the music stopped. This is getting more ominous. What the?
どうする？クオリック。お呼びに預かりまして、ホロちゃん登場っす。
I'm glad you're here, Hollow. Let's figure out what you want to talk about.
相変わらず想像しい登場の仕方ですね。もっと静かに起動できないもんですかね。それより哲学に挑戦っすか？
今日は本屋さんで頭の良さそうな人と話したから大丈夫だと思う。
なるほど。頭の良さそうな人と喋るとなんか自分が頭良くなったように錯覚するあの現象で変な自信つけたみたいっすね。
Ouch.
あなた1分おきに中卒ディスらないと死んじゃう病気なの？まあまあお嬢様方仲良くいきましょうっす。基本的には命題に答えるときはホロがアドバイザーになるんすから。なんすかその目はっす。ホロはこう見えて超頭いいんすからね。脳内容量8テラバイトなんすから。人生経験も豊富っすし。
6 terabytes doesn't seem like a lot. Like, well, what's the brains? I can't remember. Like, there's like they tried to record like the raw like recording power of a human brain. I'm pretty sure it's a lot more than 6 terabytes.
ロボットに人生経験とか言われましても。お嬢様方の人生なんて85キロバイトくらいのペラペラさなのに。
Ouch, that's not nice.
いいから早くや やりますよ。
フォローは私たちにアドバイスくれるんだよね。
はいっす。最初のアドバイスとしてはやっぱり心をぴったりシンクロさせることっすね。
So they all have to actually agree.
今お嬢様方は3人とも喉乾いてるっすね。
The three of them looked at each other.
どうして分かったかというと、それはフォロが超絶有能だからっす。
そりゃ哲学への挑戦ですよ。
Nope.
シンクロ率が一定値に達していませんと出てるです。
そういうことっす。分かったっすか？鈍いっすね。つまりこれから哲学に挑戦するぞという決意が心の深いところ、深層心理学上の全意識の領域になかったんすよ。
So they have to
多分3人と
legitimately
も
all want to do it at the same time and have it be like the thing they want to do right now. Oh, what'd I push? What'd I push? Right hand betrayal!
お嬢様方はフォロの言葉で自分の喉の渇きを意識させられた。
I'm thirsty.
浴びるようにコーラ飲みたい。
飲み物買うついでにコンビニでおにぎり買おうって。
バラバラじゃないですか。
まあ今回は分かりやすかったっすけど、素晴らしい人生とはなんて漠然とした命題については無意識レベルのシンクロが必要になるっす。
Oh, this is gonna be hard.
思考の及ばないほど深い部分で心を一致させる。
That's.
アララたちが一つの生き物になるレベルでもなければ無理だと。
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
そうっす。お嬢様にしては冴えてるじゃないっすか。
何ですかそれ。無理難題じゃないですか。
She drooped her shoulders.
まあ幸い人間には時間だけはたっぷりあるっすから。
あなたは他人事でいいですよね。大体がそんなの実際に成功させた人がいるとは思えないですよ。
いないっすもん。
Oh, fetch.
いないの？
そりゃそうっすよ。今しがたアルエお嬢様も聞いた通り、心をシンクロさせるっていうことはとんでもなく難しいことっすから。
Yeah, this isn't looking good.
けどお嬢様方、人工物であるホロには不可知のことっすけど、人の心というのは時として世界のありようすら変えてしまうほどの可能性を秘めているものっす。
Huh.
ソウルリンクシステムはその神秘たる人の心を科学の力にアウトプットする機能を備えてるとマニュアルにも書いてあるっす。
But how?
アウトプットマニュアル。心をシンクロさせて課題に答えて終わりじゃないの？
そのはずっすけどね。ソウルリンクシステムの起動については先ほども申し上げた通り成功者がいないのでフォロにもデータがないっす。
Well, if we can manage it to pull it off, it's gonna be pretty impressive.
だからよーく考えて哲学してくださいっすよ。ってわけでまた次回。
She began to disappear from the feet up.
いや、まだ挑戦すらしてないですよ。
言い忘れてたっすけど、挑戦は1日1回まですから。
Oh, man.
See you!
She disappeared. Arara fell to her knees.
あるえ、また明日挑戦すればいいよ。
挑戦回数あと5回。
Oh. 5 days to get perfect synchronicity? That's how?
屋上行かなきゃ。
She passed out, dreaming of a way to flee to the rooftop. Watching Arara collapse, Arara seemed a bit confident. Weird. Night after the bath, but I think that's where we're going to stop for today. It's a little longer, a lot to think about. Ooh, that synchronicity is going to be a pain. I'm not sure how they're going to do that. It's going to be really interesting. This will be a short game if they don't, but I'm guessing we're going to figure out a way that they will do it, but I just have no idea how. That's crazy. I also do like how this room's changed a little bit. They've actually stocked the shelves and there's books on the floor, like, because it makes it feel like it's more lived in already. Well, yeah, I don't know. This is going to be tough. I just don't really know. I don't really see how they're going to really truly synchronize, especially because, I mean, like, look at, they couldn't even agree on like what to do when they were told, oh, aren't you all thirsty? They all thought of different things. Like, how are they supposed to think about a philosophy in a unified way? It's just, I don't know. So I'm really curious to see what happens next episode. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me once again. It's been a pleasure. Once again, if you can, please take the survey down at the bottom. It's 30 seconds long. Really not that big of a deal. It just means a lot to have your opinion on some stuff, so thank you for doing that. If you have already, thank you, because obviously you've heard me talking about it for like 2 weeks now. But anyway, you guys are awesome. You guys are what makes this channel so much fun. It was one thing just to be making videos when I first started making this channel. It's quite another to be able to actually hear back from you and like learn what you think. So thank you so much for spending that time. I look forward to hearing kind of like what you thought about today's episode. I'm really interested in Koiro. She had that whole like where she could like enhance her body. She talked about 10% enhancement and she glowed. Like, sounds like she still has like access to nanobites or something. Like, that's really interesting. I'm curious to see what that's going to be in the future. And then yeah, the soul unification or whatever that device is, freaking crazy. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you so much for all of your time. And until the next video you're watching me or happen to see me in next, I'll see you there.